Hey, how's it going out there, guys? It's mic'd up. Just got back from checking out that movie Aquaman. Got a nice review for you. This one will be a spoiler review. My thoughts on it. It was okay. Reason being is because, it was lengthy as I don't know what. I think that it should have been probably chopped down a little bit. That's just me in my opinion. But I do like what James Wan tried to bring to the table. I think that he is to be commended for what he did. One of the first movies that I saw with James Wan was Fast and Furious 7. I love what he did, and I mean, he pretty much proved his worth when he had to finish up the film, and Paul Walker had, unfortunately he passed away in the middle of production, and he had to deal with the aftermath of that, and he got it done. He did a beautiful job. The visual effects in Aquaman, pristine. I must say, I was very impressed. I'm like, the cast, from Dolph Lundgren, William Dafoe, Amber Heard, Jason Momoa, they gave me a fresh take on DC's Aquaman. Getting into the movie, I mean, just some favorite parts of that I did like. I love the introduction of Black Manta. I really did like that. I thought Black Manta was dope. I enjoyed seeing the fight sequences. Seeing how they brought in King Orm, his half brother, Arthur's half brother, the full-blooded Atlantean. Seeing the fights between them and seeing the dissension, the conflict between the two brothers. It was really cool to see that. However, things I didn't like. Well, it was lengthy. I felt that maybe how they kind of had his mother, Queen Atlanta, it was just like, she was gone and she was hidden in that trench with the creatures, and she survived the creatures and stuff, and then she never had any interaction with Arthur at all. It kind of bothered me. I just felt like maybe he should have had more of a connection, with her before she left, or even if she died, if she died, it would have been understandable, but she didn't. She lived, and then it's like, okay, it that kind of had me like, I think things need to be done a little bit differently on that. Another thing was I think that there were parts in the movie where it was just like, come on, let's get to the plot. Let's get there, because it just. But other than that, the movie, I mean, it really did give you an insight. Now, when you go see this movie, do I think that you should go into this movie thinking that it's gonna be a blockbuster like Avengers Infinity War? Negative, Ghost Rider. Don't go in there thinking that it's gonna top that. Do I think that it's better than Justice League? Yes. Do I think it's better than Batman versus Superman? Yes. Is it better than Avengers 2012? No, not by a long shot. In my opinion, I don't even think it's messing with Wonder Woman or any of the Batman trilogy, the Batman trilogy with that Nolan had produced. Not by a long shot, but it was a decent flick. It was a decent flick. It was between this and Bumblebee. We went ahead and chose this. You know, but do I see what they were trying to do? I did like the origin. I like the origin story. Oh, I'm sorry, not the origin story, but just to give you more in depth and a back tone on Aquaman's history, where he came from, how he grew up, the training that he went through, how he didn't want to be the king or rise to the occasion for his people, and then how he got himself into battle mode and he said he was going to do this, you know, and he ended up doing it, and he pursued that path. And you know, I did enjoy that. Another thing I really could have cared less for, and I know it's kind of Jason Momoa's style of acting, that comedic punchline stuff that he had going on, it wasn't really funny to me. I could have done without it. I thought that, you know, hey, if you're going to be funny, you know, make sure that whatever you say, it fits with the moment, and it's going to be it's gonna flow with it's gonna flow, and it's gonna mesh, if you will. Just it wasn't, it was just like eh. And then the trailers, it was like, it seemed like James Wan let too much go in the trailer. It was just like, to me, looking back at the trailers and seeing what was on the trailers and what was in the movie, it was just like, wow, like looking back, it seemed like the whole movie was in the trailers. It really was, between all the TV spots and things of that nature. But mic'd up, how'd you like it? I thought it was cool. I thought it was cool. Before I came to you guys, I had I didn't look at any Rotten Tomatoes. I didn't look at anybody else's review. I went in just going, hey, you know what? I want to see this film for myself, and then I want to, excuse me, I wanted to have my own take on the film and take it in for what it was. And that's what I did. It was, so if you're asking me, is it worth going to go see? That's for you to decide. I'm just like, you know what? I think it's a great Tuesday movie. If you could catch you a good deal at a movie theater, a matinee, then man, by all means, go spend that. Do I think that it was worth $60 in IMAX with recliner chairs and you're having drinks and this and that and la 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 la? Nah. You might want to save that for something else. But and what's crazy is DC has such a vast amount of characters that they could build upon. They have the portfolio, but it just seems like everything that they do is rushed. That's one thing I can say. I just feel like it should have been tapered down. I think that a little more time should have went into it. I think that Jason Momoa is a perfect Aquaman. I think so. I think we can all agree to that. I think he has the Aquaman look. I think that was cool. I think the whole cast was great for what they for the characters that they played. I think that was great. I just think that there should have been more time from an executive producer standpoint. I think that more time should have been put into this movie for sure. For sure. And I think it's fair to say that because I'm a comic book fan. I love Marvel. I love DC. I grew up on this stuff. I watched the Justice League cartoons, and I watched the Super Friends. I watched this stuff, and to be honest with you, and I think a lot of people can agree, I think that DC, their cartoon movies that they have, the animated productions, those are way better than the live action films. You guys let me know if you guys agree with that. And I think it's fair for me to say that. And those things are only an hour, 10, 20 minutes long. Those movies there are better than these live action movies that they're giving us. And it's just like, okay, you have better story and better background in those movies. Why can't you do that same thing in a live action? We're not asking for a whole. We're not asking for a 5-course meal. We're just asking for the same type of effort. You know what I mean? In my opinion. However, but my favorite character out of that movie, definitely next to, because I did like King Orm. I like seeing that. I like seeing it. Because, you know, and it's not that I'm a antagonist lover, or I root for the antagonist, because I'm always going to root for the protagonist. But I respected where King Orm was coming from. He had the birthright. He felt that he inherited that throne. It was his. He had his father's staff. And he let you know, hey, in that first match that they matched up before Mira had to come save Arthur from round 1. Oh yeah, he let him know, man, this was my father's staff. This right here, this is it. This is royalty right here. And I like that. But Black Manta, I really like seeing Manta and just seeing the animosity that he had for Arthur after their first encounter, after that submarine scene. I really did like it. I enjoyed it. And just seeing him and the way he configured the helmet, the suit, it was absolutely sick, and I enjoyed it. However, they did leave. There is a post-credit scene at the end of the film. Right after the first half of the credits, there is a post-credit. So make sure you guys stick around for that. And it is going to leave open the door to a second one. Hopefully that if they do come with a second one, they take their time with it and they redeem themselves. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I've seen it where the first film drops with certain films, and the first one wasn't so great, and then that second one comes and it's a blockbuster. Perfect example is X-Men. When X2 came out, that movie was epic. They really redeemed. Like Marvel was well on its way. Bryan Singer really he perpetuated and elevated that brand. However, you guys comment. Let me know. Let's chop it up. Let's get together. I would love to talk to you guys about how I feel, how you feel. You know, hey, we might agree, we might not disagree, but let's talk about it. Let's see. I love sitting back, checking out movies, being a critic in my own mind, and sharing it with you guys. I was doing that before this channel, and then I figured, hey, you know what? I wanted to do this because I enjoy movies that much, and I enjoy talking about it. So let's get together. Let's talk about it, you guys. I hope everybody's having a great day out there. Hopefully all you guys got done with your holiday shopping and whatnot. Guys, be safe. Have a good one. See you soon.